Hola, mis amigos. Kind of just wanted to wrap up yesterday's tournament, give you guys a couple pointers and whatnot. So the ace three, man, I want to start with that, man. I'm going to run back to that hand. Ace three under the gun, seven-handed, pretty easy fold, pretty standard fold. You got to mix it up. You got to play some of those hands sometimes just to disarm people, have a different range. Stay different, man. Not let people know exactly where you're at. Not be easy to read, basically. At this point, I'd been playing fairly loose. I'd been abusing the table, stealing, close to 40% of the pots played. I had a pretty good grasp on the table. I felt like I could play anybody post-flop. I felt like I would know where they're at if they had me beat. If I didn't know already, I could fairly easily figure it out. So I was playing loose, I was playing fast, I was playing aggressive, but it was working, and so it wasn't going to stop. Eventually they got sick of it, of course, as they should have. Raise that ace three, get four callers. That's a sign that they're done with me in general, right? Ace three stronger than any of them probably expected me to have. The board comes 4-5 jack. Like I said, somebody checks behind me, or no, I check, two checks behind me, button raises it to 4,000. Before I go any further here, the beauty of playing aggressive is it builds nice pots, right? So now quietly, even though I only made it 1,800, after the four callers, that's $7,400 some dollars in the pot, right? So it gets big quick. So when that guy bets four, and it gets back to me, I don't trust him. I now have an advantage or a chance to take down a real large pot, but larger than it should have been. On top of that, the check raise for me looks even stronger. So if either of the two in between him and I have a hand, they have to have a very, very strong hand to call. So basically you're looking at, if one of the two players directly to my left, in between me and the button, they would really need two pair at minimum. I don't even know if 4-5 would do it, but you're looking more at a set of fours, a set of fives, or a set of jacks. On top of that, I still have the two ball, the gut shot for the straight, which would be second nuts, which is going to be good most of the time. Ace is probably good, and honestly, I thought I was ahead. Anyways, I think the guy had no pair. He got checked around to him. He was on the button, felt like he needed to make a move at it. So that's kind of how that went. And raised it up to 13,000. Luckily, he folds, and we took a nice pot. So that was early. The other reason I was being so aggressive during this stage, the blinds do something pretty funky in tournament play a lot of times. There's different levels where the blinds, they'll go up slowly, incrementally, and then all of a sudden they'll like double. Okay, so they started off yesterday at like 1-1, and then they went 1-2, and then they went 2-4, and then they went 3-6, right? And then they went 6-12. Okay, so it's during those rounds that you have to be hyper aggressive. You have to get, you're going to get the most chips. People are going to be surprised. They're going to feel like they're playing out of their range, even though it's very standard, and it's a real easy way to pick up a lot of chips. Another good time is when the antes first kick in. Antes kind of worry people. They don't think much of them, and then all of a sudden you're quietly picking up 1,000 per hand. Every hand you win, you're not only picking up the blinds, you're also picking up 1,000 extra. So we call them inflection points. They're huge times in tournaments where it's weighted differently. It's not as little as it may seem in the other rounds. The difference between 1-1, 1-2, and 2-4 is huge. The difference between 3-6 and 6-12 is huge. Throw an extra 1,000 in the pot when you introduce antes at 1,000, 2,000 is huge. If I was more tech savvy, I'd get you guys a nice little guide for this, little graph for this, but I don't have that on me right now, so we'll get better in the future and get you some of those things. But anyways, I want to talk about that a little bit, the importance of being aggressive in the tournament, and the importance of being aggressive in certain spots, the importance of leaving yourself an out never be drawing dead. Never get your money in dead, right? That's it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.